Hey guys, it's TheFrXion here, or TigerTag12, however you want to call me, I don't really care. And today we're actually taking a look at Star Wars Battlefront 1 year after its release in early November 2015. And first and foremost, I have not played this game since the beta back in October 2015 until I bought the game very recently and tried it out again just a few weeks ago. And I did have a lot of fun. Now, this video is nothing, no bashing on the game, to be fair. Today, we're taking a look at how well Star Wars Battlefront has, well, changed for the better or for the worse after 1 year. Since actually the player base has evened out after it was released. A lot of the people were quite disappointed with the lack of content that it had, and also its very, very far similarities to Star Wars Battlefront 2. And of course, people were a little bit disappointed, but with 3 DLCs out, the last DLC coming winter 2016, now December. I'm not sure which part it is, but I think the Death Star DLC was just released a few months ago, and the next DLC will be the last for Star Wars Battlefront 1 at least. They're already making the second one. So, when they're making the second one, I know it's EA, I know it's DICE, they're a company, they want to make money. I can totally get that, but maybe if they listen to us consumers who have played Star Wars Battlefront 2 and 1 and have really enjoyed these games, maybe they can listen to us and they can maybe deliver something more similar to those games. But that will be a separate video probably some other time. Today we'll be focusing on the things that I think that Star Wars Battlefront did right and the things that I think they should still maybe get a hold on and make better. One of the things that I think is absolutely amazing in this game is definitely the visual effects. It looks absolutely stunning. There is pretty much no other game than Battlefield 1 that has a very similar, I think, way of looking. And it is just still after 1 year, it still looks amazing. It's amazing. The sound also, the sound quality is amazing as well. So both these things, visual effects and sound quality, they are great aspects which really deeply add to the feeling of atmosphere when you are playing this game. You really feel involved in a Star Wars game, and pretty much the models are amazing as well. Although there are only Imperials and Rebels, you can still see clearly this is the Star Wars universe. This is the original trilogy. It looks amazing. It's so much fun with these amazing characters and these details that they have added in. One of the things that I also really enjoy is the weapons feel of the game. It might be a little bit controversial because Star Wars Battlefront 2 was a little bit different, or very different, in the gun handling. In Star Wars Battlefront, the lasers, you really have the feeling that you're shooting lasers with the overheating thing. That might be a little bit of a turnoff for some people. Some people probably want to see like a standard reload animation where you can have like clips like in Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I think it does work. It is something new, although it is a little bit annoying with the overheating feature that really it overheats so fast. But other than that, I really do enjoy the gun feel. The only problem that I have with the guns is that if you do not own the Season Pass or anything, any DLC for that matter, you are missing out on a lot of weapons. There are already a few weapons in the game, and with the DLC, a lot of weapons have been added, and pretty much that means that the players, obviously the best weapons, are in the DLC, in the Season Pass involved, and you're kind of missing out on these amazing weapons, which are really great, but, well, you can only play them in mission modes and not in multiplayer, and you'll be pretty much on the back foot really, really quickly. Another point that I really, really dislike about the game is the star card system. I have not liked it since the beginning. I did not like it in the beta. I still don't like it. I think they should, in Star Wars Battlefront 2, at least take out the star cards I mean, they're so annoying. Why not give us perks, all that kind of stuff? I mean, the star cards are basically perks, and to have to unlock all of these things is so damn annoying. It takes you so much time. I'm level 25 right now, and I've not even unlocked like half of the stuff. You need so much time, you need so many credits, and the credits, I mean, the credit grind is amazingly boring. The game has some nice game modes, but to keep you entertained for that long, well, you almost need like a premium booster or some kind of stuff like that, or the season pass, so you can always play the new maps, new modes, and stay entertained. Now, it's not all bad. I also like the heroes. You know, playing Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Boba Fett never really gets old, but it is kind of annoying that these heroes are so damn powerful at times. They're really, really powerful, but I think that is also the speciality about heroes. Heroes are meant to be strong, but the thing is that anyone can pick them up. I think it is fair for the players who in Battlefront 2 never were really that good to get a streak going, and only the best players were always able to play the heroes. I think that is actually a good system that you can pick them up, but I think it would be even better if I think you could drop the heroes like randomly on people, and then afterwards in the game, like someone can be the hero and not always the same guys. So the problem right here is that the random drop of the hero token somewhere on the map is kind of annoying to me, because, well, if you don't walk down that way, you're never going to be a hero. So there are people who are always hunting these hero drops, and that is kind of annoying. So if they would just randomly choose somebody who hasn't been a hero yet in the game, it would be, I think, a little bit more beneficial. Well, also the set pieces are pretty amazing too. If you look at them, the maps, Endor, Hoth, all those kind of the feeling that you have to just adds to the atmosphere. And I think that's the main point of Star Wars Battlefront. The atmosphere is amazing. The content, on the other hand, doesn't have more content. Now with the DLC, the Season Pass, obviously there's more content to it, but it does feel kind of boring from time to time. Now the one reason why Star Wars Battlefront 2 got me hooked on so long was there were so many different maps, and you had different game modes, and there was a modding community to always mod the game to the extreme. Now people, obviously there are some people who like modding, some people who dislike modding, and I think it's fair to say that obviously EA, DICE, they want to make money, they sell Season Pass, and they don't want any mods to really implement new game modes and stuff for free, because that would obviously just hurt their business model. So now let's get to the points that I think still after 1 year have me a little bit disappointed. I thought with the DLC policy, with the Season Pass, they would add some more stuff to it. And one of the things is definitely that there is no open level design or kind of a conquest mode that we had in the original Battlefront 2 and 1, where you could capture the distinct points and fight on all these points on a huge map, or a rather big map, with all kinds of classes. You had a spawn area where some of the vehicles spawned, where some of the planes, the airships, all that kind of stuff spawned, and I think that was always pretty damn cool. And I kind of missed that, the open level design. All these levels are pretty much, if you're playing Walker Assault, it's one big corridor from one place to another with 3 points. There are some special areas. The map is quite big, but you never get the feeling of a whole big kind of warfare, like a real battle area, how you would expect it to be, with outposts and all that kind of stuff, with a base or some kind of stuff like that. And I really miss that there is no transition mode. We had the transition mode in Star Wars Battlefront. Wait, let me think real fast. The PlayStation portable game, Star Wars Battlefront Elite. I have no idea. Some Elite Squad or something like that. You could actually fly your plane from the ground into the space and battle out with big battleships, and I think that was kind of amazing. I kind of am disappointed that we don't have anything like that in Star Wars Battlefront yet. 1 year, the DLC politic. Obviously, they said no space battles. Now they released the Death Star DLC. They have suddenly space battles, but how amazing would it be if they connected these two? I mean, for Star Wars Battlefront 2, that's obviously one of the things that we want to see. We want to see space battles and ground battles, where you can actually drop in and drop out and go to space, drop down to the surface. That it was amazing about the PlayStation Portable game. That I think they definitely need that in the next Battlefront as well. Then the unlocking system, just take that out. I mean, I would really like just to be able to play like a lot of different. I like the class system. If they would have a class system again, like in Battlefront 1 and 2, and if they would allow you to unlock stuff for those certain or specific classes. Now, obviously, if they would do that, people would call it a Battlefield clone just in the Star Wars universe, like they're doing right now. But I think it would that is not the main reason people are calling it a Battlefield clone. They're calling it a Battlefield clone because it plays like Battlefield on a single map and not like Star Wars Battlefront with space battles and all that kind of stuff. They kind of missed the mark on the new Battlefront. They kind of rode on that hype level back in the days when it was released, not released, but revealed in 2013 at the E3. They kind of rode that hype train. 2 years later down the road, the game was not that great, and we were all kind of disappointed. Maybe we should not get our hopes up too high. Now, another thing that I really dislike is that there are no real alien species around on the planet. In the original Battlefront, it was so much fun to have a Wampas chasing you, or all of a sudden fucking Ewoks running around, where you can just, going up against Ewoks. And you even had game modes where you could play as Ewoks, or as Javas, or as Wampas. That was one of the things that I really enjoyed. Also, the animals that you could use, the aliens, to jump on, like the Town and ride you along, or the huge beast, the Felucia, on Felucia, the map, I don't know how they're called, these spider things, or the Sarlacc pit in the old Star Wars Battlefront. That was always fun, or the Rancor. If you drop down into that pit, he would actually eat you. I think those things were really cool, and I'm really sad that they did not implement these kind of things. I think one of the other things that they could actually take out are the emotes. They're really unnecessary. The customization is quite nice with the character customization, but it's almost impossible to achieve that kind of rank, getting all the way up to freaking what is it called? To the Black Trooper, the Rebel Commander. All those character skins are so far away and they cost so much credits. That is unbelievable. And once again, one of the main points I really don't like is that there's no active mod support for this game. So there are a lot of points that they kind of missed out, but it is still a lot of fun to play once in a while. I have played quite a few rounds, and I do have the Star Wars feeling, but it's not a Battlefront per se. I really wish they would listen more to the community and maybe just take a closer look at Star Wars Battlefront 2 and just take a look why people enjoyed that game so much. Because obviously Star Wars Battlefront 2 or 1, they were not the best games. Like, if you look at the ratings, they were just mediocre or the lower end of good. But still, nonetheless, the people liked it because nothing really gave us the experience that we had as in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And obviously, with our nostalgia that we have, the nostalgia is pretty much one huge problem, and also it is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because we always want to have something new, but it has to be somewhere close to the predecessor. And I think that kind of way of thinking is not always beneficial if you want to have a new game. But I think that is also one of the reasons why DICE were really kind of confused with creating the Star Wars Battlefront that we have right now. They obviously wanted to make something of their own, but they also wanted to please the Battlefront fans, and what came out was a kind of a weird mix with a Star Wars Battlefront name, but with complete different mechanics and different things added into, and these don't really blend in well together in my opinion. We have kind of a battlefield in a Star Wars look, without the freedom that we had in Battlefront 1 or 2. All that I'm asking for is some changes, some space battles, and the transition between land and space. But I think that is probably one of the hardest things to achieve, especially the flawless transition in between those modes. But I think that would be amazing. That is one of the reasons why people would come back to Star Wars Battlefront. And I'm not sure. I don't know why we should be giving EA ideas. They're a gaming company, well, at least they're a big publisher. They're obviously much more now a conglomerate of big businesses trying to make a lot of money, since they have made a lot of money. But I don't know. The next Battlefront really needs to have something new. The people are already kind of skeptical. If they are not bringing out new stuff in the next Battlefront, or, you know, revolutionary Battlefront things, the people will be quite disappointed and will probably not buy it. There are always people who pre-order games. Pre-ordering games is pretty much the worst thing you can do for any game or any game company, because you give them money and you give them the right to actually stop working on the game if they release it, and if you pre-order it and they gave you false promises. The best game, as an example to show you guys, is No Man's Sky. That is an entire rip-off. But now they're actually working on upgrades and updates. So we'll never see. Will No Man's Sky be the final product they promised it to be, or I think it's already broken. But that's not the topic of the video today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Star Wars Battlefront, what are your thoughts on that game? And what do you think of the new mode? Or the DLC policy of EA on Star Wars Battlefront? And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.